Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. We are on video number 33 of the Magisterium, introducing the Nicolaitans. Is Santa fact or fiction? This fact about the father of lies is coming out more and more, and Nimrod's secret identity as the first human to be worshipped as a solar deity explains why offerings are left for him in homes when he comes out of the fireplace. Cookies, milk, or donuts, food offerings, are placed before the Gohanzon altar in the homes of those who come from the actual land of Nimrod. One of Brother Lou's books is titled Nimrod's Secret Identity. I did a series on that one. The greatest conspiracy on earth. Breaking news. Satan is unmasked from his Nimrod disguise. Stop lying to your children about the solar deity, posing as an angel of light. There is a YouTube link I'll put in the description box. Now, Exodus SHEMOTH 22 through 17. I am not completely fluent in Hebrew. I can only read Yahuah in Hebrew, but and I know a few Hebrew words, but I don't know how to write them in Hebrew. I am Yahuah your Elohim, of who brought you out from the land of Mitzrayim, from house of slaveries. Not he shall be to you Elohim, other ones before face of me. Not you make for yourself idol, or any image that in skies from above, or that on arets or earth from beneath, or that in waters from beneath to arets. Not you bow to them, and not you worship them. For I am Yahuah, all of you, all jealous, punishing sin of fathers on children to thirds and to fourth to ones hating me, but showing love of thousands to ones loving me, and to ones guarding of commands of me. Not you take name Yahuah Elohim of you for ruin, for not he hold guiltless Yahuah who takes name of him for ruin. To remember day of the Shabbat, to separate. 6 of days you shall labor, and you shall do all of your work. All of you, but day of the 7th is Shabbat to Yahuah Elohim of you. Not you do any work, you or your son of you, or daughter of you, manservant of you, or maidservant, or you, or animal of you, or alien of you, who within gates of you. For 6 of days he made Yahuah the skies and the arets, the sea and all that is in them, but he rested on the day, the 7th. For this he Baruch Yahuah day of the Shabbat, and he made separate him. Honor father of you and mother of you, that they may be long days of you in the land that Yahuah Elohim of you giving to you. Not you murder, not you break wedlock, not you steal, not you give against neighbor of you testimony deceptive. Not you covet house of neighbor of you, not you covet wife of neighbor of you, or manservant or maidservant or ox or donkey or anything of your neighbor. Now that is the English translation of the Hebrew words of the commandments from Exodus. The Hebrew word for neighbor is ra, R-A. Concordance number, Roscoe, what are you doing? Concordance number H7453. Resh Ayin, pronounced re. It means companion, friend, associate. Watch a short video about this Hebrew word, and there's a YouTube link for that. Image of the beast, Constantine's son idol, the cross. Let's see if I can get this a little closer. There you go. Okay. Constantine merged his sun worship along with its symbol, and it became the symbol of his universal religion at Nicaea. 325 CE. The dragon has poisoned the minds of the inhabitants of the earth. Sunday, or Dies Solis, supplanted the day of rest under the edict of Constantine, 313 CE. And all shops were ordered closed under penalty of death. The veneration, worship of the sun Apollo, Rome's name for Nimrod, became the day of rest during his reign. The world accepts this practice and many other pagan habits because they are not warned. At Yahushua's return, many unwise virgins will not have enough oil to enter the marriage feast. Concerning the last days and the great distress, Yahushua mentioned at Matthew 24:20 what Sabbath was he speaking of? Constantine's transference of resting to his day of the sun, or the real one on the seventh day of each week? We know which one it is. The real one, the seventh day of each week. The plague of the last days will be very distressful. Zechariah 14:12-21 says this. And this is the plague with which Yahuah plagues all the people who fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall decay while they stand on their feet, and their eyes decay in their sockets, and their tongues decay in their mouths. And it shall be in that yom, or that day, that a great confusion from Yahuah is among them. And every one of them shall seize the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against his neighbor's hand, and Yehudah shall fight in Jerusalem as well. That kind of ties into what's going on right now in Israel, but those are not the true ones of Yahuah. It may be the land, but it's not the true ones of Yahuah. It's not the true chosen ones of Yahuah. And the wealth of all the Goyim round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and garments in great quantities. So also is the plague on the horse and the mule, on the camel and the donkey, and on all the cattle that are in those camps, as this plague. And it shall be that all who are left from all the Goyim which came up against Jerusalem shall go up from year to year to bow themselves to the king Yahuah Sabaoth, and to observe the festival of Sukkot. And it shall be that if any one of the clans of the Eretz does not come up to Jerusalem to bow himself to the king Yahuah Sabaoth, on them there is to be no rain, and if the clan of Mitzrim does not come up and enter it, then there is no rain. On them is the plague with which Yahuah plagues the Goyim, who do not come up to observe the festival of Sukkot. This is the punishment of Mitzrim, and the punishment of all the Goyim that do not come up to observe the festival of Sukkot. In that yom, or in that day, Kodesh to Yahuah, holy to Yahuah, shall be engraved on the bells of the horses, and the pots of the house of Yahuah shall be like the bowls before the altar, and every pot in Jerusalem and Yehudah shall be Kodesh to Yahuah Sabaoth, and all those who slaughter shall come and take them and cook in them. Hieroglyphics, Hyksos hoax. Source a chart, not the real words. SHEMOTH 28:36-37. There. The use of the Hyksos or hieroglyphics in the chart. And the charts are being passed all around the internet through teachers watching other teachers, and quite wrong. The use of foreign languages to define the meaning of Iberite words as they are transliterated into Latin letters is another huge misunderstanding. Brother Lou left a couple of comments in the video, and at first they were not received well, but hopefully eventually they will. The suffix shua is not his or my preferred transliteration, as Shah is used for both Husha and Alisha. Here are his comments on that. Hieroglyphics are not a script used by the prophets in any of the writings of truth, but has become very important to teachers on the internet. As for the meaning of the suffix shin an, Shah, teachers differ in the contextual meaning of it, which is easily corrected when we study. It comes from the same root seen in the names Alisha or Elisha and Yashayahu, Isaiah. Yasha, Yod Shin Ayin. Shua means cry out. Brother Lou agrees, but when Musha invented the word Yahusha, he only added a Yod to what already existed. He U Shin Ayin, Husha. There is not a Shua in the name Husha, although after the Masoretes added their uninspired vowels to the words, it came to be Joshua in all the references following the KJV, transliterating with babbling languages which were mutilated by foreign lips. Before we were born isn't easy to overcome. Yahuah became our deliverer, Yahusha. I've also heard that the ending Shua added to Yah means may his name be blotted out. So that's why I do not like that ending. The suffix Shah uses the Shin Ayin to mean deliverer from the root Yasha. See also the name Yashayahu, aka Isaiah. The spelling Yod He U He, Yahuah, is used in the Tanakh 6,823 times. In the Iberite scriptures, interlinear translations will verify the following. Musha, Moses, added the letter Yod to his assistant's name, Y plus Husha. See Numbers 13:16. 3 spellings are found in the Tanakh for the same name given to our Mashiach. One time, Yod Shin U Ayin, hypocharisma, or diminutive form, Yeshua. See Nehemiah 8:17. 2 times, Yod He U Shin U Ayin, Yahushua. The 2 uses of this 6-lettered spelling are found at Deuteronomy 3:21 and Judges 2:7. When I first came into the truth, I wasn't completely sure whether it was Yahusha or Yahushua, and End Time Watchman had helped me to figure out that the correct pronunciation was Yahusha. 216 times. Yod He U Shin Ayin, Yahusha. See Zechariah 3. The predominant spelling is best to teach and use, since it is the one most likely devoid of scribal errors or directed attacks on Yahuah's name. Written most often in the scriptures of truth. Close examination of the charts shown around the internet combine real Iberite pictographic script with hieroglyphic pictographs. The hieroglyphic letters are not Iberite, and no physical evidence of them being used by Yasharal to write anything, and certainly not the name, has ever been discovered. Okay, Yahuah, the Tetragrammaton, the most enduring name in the universe. I wish I had that book so I could reference it when I get to parts about the Tetragrammaton in these books. Tetragrammaton, the most enduring name in the universe, is going to be in our next study. What is the name of deliverance? And then the Hebrew word for moon we're going to be learning about in the next study as well. And Yahusha is our Passover, the Lamb of Yahuah, or the Lamb of Elohim. And then we'll finish our study on that. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson today. I'll probably show that picture again, the last picture, the Tetragrammaton, before we start the Tetragrammaton, the most enduring name in the universe section of this. Let me see here. Oh, okay. All right. So now it is time to praise Yahuah. I'm just going to either play a little bit of this little time thing while I sing, or I'm just going to do it a cappella today. I feel like singing Count It All Joy or Last Days. I think I will sing Count It All Joy. And I know I sing it quite often. I have like probably 40 or 50 songs, but I love this one, and I always come back to it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Count it all joy, count it all joy, count it all joy, count it all joy. Through the persecution, Yahuah went through it too. Count it all joy, count it all joy. Through the trials and tribulations, through the suffering and the pain, count it all joy, count it all joy. No matter what you're going through, when you don't know what to do, just look to Yahuah and count it all joy. When Hashatan throws a wrench into your life, drop down to your knees and pray to Abba Yahuah, and He will work it all out for you, so you can count it all joy, count it all joy. Yahuah works everything out for our good. Our heart and our mind must be working in unison. Stay faithful to Yah, and He'll stay faithful to you, so you can count it all joy. Don't get caught up in the worries or cares of this world. Stay on the narrow path, not the broad road to destruction. Yahuah always has your back in your righteous ways, so you can count it all joy, count it all joy. I love you all with an everlasting love, as our Abba Yahuah and the Shamayim loves each and every one of us. Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth.